Ida versus who they were fighting. But anyway, we don't have time to talk about that because we are jumping into some gameplay finally. This is it right here.
Oh, nice.
God. And yes, that is their entire username. God, period, going up against the Dicey.
All right, so we see Dicey putting in a lot of work with the Rocket Lance here, trying to keep God at bay. But God, wow, this is so fun. Okay, but God is just really kind of making quick work of him. We're seeing a lot of really good mobility from God. We're seeing the edge guards. Dicey's starting to run out of resources, finds a way to the bottom, switches weapons. Good on him, trying to keep that spacing clean with the spear instead. But right now, he's taking a lot of damage. God is only just barely in yellow, and things are looking really good for him. Nice, knocking him down on top of that. Seems to have a pretty good blast on here. Oh my gosh, but that one is going to do it. And now we have God taking the first stock, as I guess he should. God did, coming in, and yeah, really literally giving him the hands right now because he was weaponless for a moment there.
100%, and God doing really. I want to take a moment to emphasize how well God is anti-airing Dicey. We are seeing so many nairs coming out again and again and again, just keeping Dicey off the ground. It's really giving God a really good opportunity to build up a lot of damage and also stress Dicey out here.
Oh, for sure. Dicey's still really struggling to try to find a way to take this first stock, and you weren't kidding. Those anti-airs are going insane. God able to just keep resetting the situation, keeping just Dicey trying to find a way back down to the ground, but not able to. God taking it out with that forward sig or side sig, and now the bomb is gonna come through.
Okay. Dicey mixing it up a little bit, sidelining him into that bomb. You don't see that all too often. Now over onto this Lance, gonna try and get some damage build up here.
Okay, yeah, God finally going down there. And Dicey's putting a decent amount of damage on him, but he is a full stock down. God seems to have lost no momentum. The Rocket Lance is going to come through and try to force him off for a moment. JustDic3y's trying to do a good job of stage control, but really, he just cannot land against God. It seems nearly impossible.
Definitely having a very hard time right now. God having a full stock lead here, but really now actually it looks like God might be losing a little bit of their momentum. We saw God popping off with those anti-aerial, with those anti-air moves, but now all of a sudden he's not really able to put himself in a situation where he's able to use that. Maybe now, but there you see it, Dicey adapting, using some weapon throws to get out of those situations.
Yeah, maybe we can see some big changes here. Right now God is running around weaponless. Dicey's got to be so careful. Great gimp attempt with throwing the lance. God going to make it back and respond immediately, taking the game. And a nice 2-stock victory. Really showing JustDic3y that he might be God.
He might just be God. A great start coming out from God. I'm never gonna get tired of saying his name. Great game coming out from God. Really putting the God in the God. Oh my God.
Okay. I think that's enough. That's a whole Sunday service at this point. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's enough fun. So, I just needed to get it out of my system. I'm done now. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and continue.
We're gonna just mentally move forward there. But yeah, honestly, God's combo game very strong. It looked like he was really good about not necessarily just smothering Dicey, but just waiting to see what options he would choose and then punishing. He would kind of jump up empty and then come back down and just wait for JustDic3y to do something. And I think that helped him reset that situation so many times up in the top.
Yeah, 100%. Now we are also seeing the legend swap coming out from Dicey, going over to that Kaya, which to anyone that does not already know, Kaya right now is a favorable pick for a lot of players, as the most recent world champion was actually a Kaya player. And oh man, I'm talking over here about the World Championship, completely overlooking the fact that God just clean stocked Dicey.
Yeah, he took literally 0 damage. He's still very, very healthy. I think he's only been maybe nicked one time.
He's not been hit.
Yeah, God is just going to hit him.
Okay, now
there it is.
Now he got hit.
Okay, there we go.
Finally, Dicey able to get in there. And, as soon as you have one, you there's another one, and there's the other one. Dicey now finally getting a couple of hits, but is it too little too late? I mean, God has already done, pretty much 50% of the game while only taking, 20 damage.
Yeah, he's taken very little. He's just his movement has been really, really strong. Just Dicey feels like he's always just trying to like chasing him down and trying to like force something. God does a really good job of like baiting and punishing with his movement, and that was super smart. Now God is going to be up 2 stocks only at yellow. This is a big change even from the first game. He was winning, but this feels like a little bit closer to a blowout at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And I think something interesting right here that you can note from God is that a lot of players that might seem or might be mechanically superior to their opponent, you'll see them disrespect their opponent's neutral and just kind of run towards them and throw out attacks. But God is actually being very patient here. You're seeing a very patient God that is really just out-neutraling Dicey instead of out-mechanicalizing them.
Just Dicey definitely has some fight left in him. That was a really, really smart call out right there. God, however, looking mostly unaffected though. Again, this superior movement, this superior
God, after all.
patience is just, as God should have. It's looking really clean.
As God should
Dicey's
have.
trying to fight his way back though.
100%, but again, God getting very close to this KO now. He knows it, that's why he's throwing out those signature attacks, these recoveries, these dares. He's trying to go for something that has knockback. There's no use in going for just single attacks anymore.
All right, God hanging on the wall. Could have been a small opportunity for Dicey if he had sniffed it out. Maybe could have got a ground pound kill there or something. But right now, he's putting on a lot of pressure on God. Hopefully he can take the stock and kind of get things back. Oh, but God, with the reversal, gonna almost kill Dicey just from the sledge. Tries to catch him with a weapon snipe. Doesn't hit it, but calls out that high jump anyway. And God, once again, same stats in red, 2 stock win.
100%. And God still really really living up to his name right here, playing phenomenally so far. We saw first going from game 1 to game 2 here, we saw Dicey swapping off that of Orion, opting to go for a Kaya instead, keeping the spear but not really feeling the lance, so maybe going to a bow. Now I feel like the bow was looking good for him. The spear, maybe not so much. We could be seeing another swap here. My best bet would be that maybe we could be seeing a Hattori, maybe a if he wants to stick to that spear, if he wants to go over to the bow, I really couldn't tell you what we're gonna see here.
Yeah, I don't really. This is one of those things where like I don't feel like Dicey's making like big glaring mistakes. I think he's just kind of getting outplayed. I mean, that's kind of the main way I'm looking at it right now. But he's back on the Rocket Lance. Wow, taking a lot of damage right off the top of the match there. Got up 2-0 and doing a really good job of using the stage to his advantage, using those platforms.
Oh my God. Don't do it again. Not another clean stock. Please, God, show some mercy. Come on, you are God after all. Don't absolutely destroy my mans.
No mercy found here. He's looking kind of Old Testament. This is brutal right now for Just Dicey. Just Dicey finally sneaking in 1 or 2 hits with the Rocket Lance here, but nothing really too substantial. Trying to force him off stage and control that horizontal space on the ground. But God, he's just jumping around it. He's just unfazed. And great stall there, calling out that he was going to toss that weapon too.
100%. NC coming out now, going to connect though. Dicey doing a great job at turning around this year. We saw a really good start from God, but I mean, Dicey is really doing a good job at, having ground under his feet and sustaining this stock here and finding his damage. He just needs to get it a little bit further because his HP is looking like barbecue sauce right now.
Yeah, it's deeply red. And God was able to take that first stock 3 games in a row. He has got the lead here. Just Dicey does at least get to come back and get the lance. God's only in yellow though. He's just getting these small chip hits. We've seen God get like really big combo exchanges, and then like bully Just Dicey on the way down. Just Dicey's only been able to find a spare hit here and there, but as I say it, finds the spike. Super smart ground pound from Dicey. Gonna even things back up. Both players at white. This is a good opportunity for him to kind of swing some momentum back in his favor.
Stepping up their game right now. The only thing now that Dicey needs to keep in mind is you can't get overconfident. A player like God, looking at how very composed they are in a neutral here, they're not gonna let any shenanigans fly.
No, certainly not. And God just kind of hanging out on the wall there, trying to bait Dicey into going for maybe another ground pound, which, I mean, it did work out for him before, but nearly killing him off the top. And this is not going to do it just yet. Just Dicey is very red, though. He's got to be careful. Getting tagged with the weapon as soon as he touches the Rocket Lance. Is he going to be able to go off and find something crazy? Is he going to be able to find another good read like we saw before. Not looking like he's just kind of getting ground pounded. Both players really scrambling here. Just Health a little bit worse, but God not doing that much better. This is close, but God really, really sneaking that punish in and not getting the edge guard. JustDic3y has one more chance.
They're coming out, and it's going to get punished by their weapon throw almost connecting.
Nice.
It's going to be the ground pound finding the KO. JustDic3y has leveled up their game, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing JustDic3y entering their villain arc here. What is going on?
Maybe we are.
This is I don't know who this is. I don't know what they did to JustDic3y, but I like this guy.
Yeah, I like this guy too. All right, yeah, JustDic3y just trying to run away, trying to find that weapon. Does a good job, doesn't get hit, but does get punished immediately. And here we are in that same juggle situation God has just been forcing JustDic3y into just over and over again. Just so much free damage because JustDic3y can't make it down. Oh, this is
they were working out really well for you in the beginning, JustDic3y, but it's looking like God is expecting them at this point. Really, really good signature to try and surprise your opponents. But I mean, if they know they're coming, you're not really going to be able to get a lot by doing them. JustDic3y, though, doing an amazing job at baiting out attacks from God, finding some good punishes. All you need to do now is try to close it out. And you already see God is looking for that KO. And there it is, getting the dodge with that NSIG. And God is going to fumble.
No resources.
And that's going to be... JustDic3y just put themselves on their scoreboard. The game is still on.
Yeah, God actually... shockingly got a little bit greedy there. So I'm going for a really, really greedy SIG. JustDic3y was nowhere near. He got a punish. Could have been a harder punish, but I think God wanted something crazy. I don't know if maybe he was like, playing for chat or playing for his Twitch streamers or something. He's trying to get a really crazy edge guard out there. JustDic3y wasn't having it, and he just burned all his resources and honestly just kind of killed himself. But hey, JustDic3y had to play well enough to get him in a position to have just one stock left, so it definitely seems like he's turning things around. It seems like he's starting to adapt, and he's doing a really good job overall of edge guarding.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like after a game like that, God is probably just gonna scratch his head and be like, okay, what just happened? Let's just get this over with and really level up the game. I feel like I feel like that could be God maybe losing focus a little bit, and we might already be seeing it, like a little bit of that with how good God is starting this game off here.
Oh, the double, super nice. The walls on both sides, so gonna give JustDic3y a good way to come back. It's not nearly as smothering when there's just the one that you're trapped with. So good on him using his movement to his advantage. But got off to another really strong start. God. And speaking of strong, getting a strong message sent to JustDic3y saying that was a fluke and this is my game to win.
Amazing dash jump ground pound, and oh man, was that so close to not connecting. JustDic3y, though, keeping their spirit up here, definitely still in the game, ready to fight, dealing some damage onto God here. Nice recovery, dashing out there to get airborne real quick.
Yeah, right now it looks like Battle of the Bows is definitely going in God's favor. And JustDic3y going off stage again. A little bit risky, though. You lost a stock down there. You kind of got bullied with those ground pounds we saw earlier, even when it didn't kill. So positioning is really important, too. But let's see if maybe you can force him off to the side here. No, God just going to be able to maneuver around him. Yeah, JustDic3y playing on his back foot. God already got him lapped. Both players at orange. And just forces to throw the weapon down, finds the gauntlets immediately after. Good stuff to him, but not in a great place to control anything. It looks like God is in full control right now.
God definitely has a lot of control, but JustDic3y on those gauntlets, all he needs is an opportunity to get a read, and there it is. He caught that gravity cancel. That's going to be the stock gone. He's going to be opting to stick to that bow, though. We've seen JustDic3y excel on that bow, but God maybe just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the percentage is definitely in God's favor, but JustDic3y's catching up. He's only a couple combos away from evening this thing back. And bow is a really great weapon for racking up damage. And he's going to be able to just barely not recover. I thought he was going to be able to make it. Kind of got trapped on the lip of that wall right there. Wasn't able to find it and climb back up. And now God has himself, he's looking at his tournament W right now. Potentially.
100%. One stock away. Yes, indeed. One stock away. Potentially as in what? As in the odds are in God's favor? I mean, he is God. He doesn't make the God champion.
I would say the odds are in God's favor right now. All right, nice. You see the downlight from Just. Nearly enough to kill, but just not quite there. He's still relatively healthy overall. And he's just God is just tacking on so much damage. JustDic3y starting to approach in a little bit more recklessly as he starts to fiend for this kill when God knows what he wants, and he's just playing around him. He's spacing really carefully. He's just not giving Dicey what he needs to make this comeback.
Absolutely. And again, all that Dicey needs is one good opening, and he can make something massive happen with those gauntlets. But it is in those openings where Dicey fumbles a little bit, and God knows how to save themselves, and that N-Sig fully charged up. It's just going to, I mean, really, just a magnetic signature.